Now, I know that there are a million videos on TikTok, social media, and YouTube that talk about this. Very, very good information. But one thing that I want to give you from a biblical perspective is that Jesus said the testimony of two men is true, right? So now we know that this second eclipse, we already know that three have already happened, right? Paul said, out of the mouth of two or three witnesses, let every word be established. So these eclipses, these solar eclipses, are testimonies and witnesses against America, right? The final witness is coming April 8th, 2024. Now we know almost 40 some odd days into this year, it has been one hell of a year. Now this is not to scare you, but this is to get you to be prepared. This is not to scare you, but to prepare you. That's my new saying. This is not to scare you, but to prepare you. Do not think that anything is going to get better. Do not think that anything is going to get more prosperous as far as worldly things go. Yeah, you can get prosperous spiritually, which I implore you to do. But these feast days that are coming up, with Passover coming up, is not a coincidence. Now you got to remember, in the Old Testament, when the death angels were getting ready to come to establish God's judgment, God told us to put blood on our doors, right? Well, I mean, on our houses, right? But now that the Son of God has come, we have to understand is that we are not to put blood on our homes. We are to pray over our homes, but to cover ourselves with the blood of Christ. See, you got to understand, God doesn't dwell in temples made by man's hands. He dwells in us, okay? We don't belong to ourselves. The house that he wants us to cover ourselves with, to cover the blood with, is to cover our bodies, to cover our souls. Now, those of you that are in the know, we do know that the day of the Lord is coming. We also know the Lord said, woe unto you when you that desire the day of the Lord. We are not to desire the day of the Lord because we all have some spiritual cleaning to do, some physical cleaning to do with ourselves. But one thing we are hastening is the return of the Lord. So we have to understand is that these things have to happen. These things are coming to pass. Earthquakes are coming. More monolithic earthquakes are coming. San Andreas Fault, which you see on the West Coast, is coming. California will be into the belly of the Pacific. The San Andreas Fault line will split America in half. The mighty Mississippi is flowing towards the south. But once the New Madrid fault line slips, it will create a big gash in America. Okay? You have to understand is that there is a map that actually the United States military has that has the new way, the new form of what America will look like. They know about God's judgment. They know it's coming. All high-ranking Freemasons know about this. All aristocrats, all elites. The angels know about God's judgment, and most of all, Satan knows about God's judgment. But last but not least, you need to know what's coming. So pay attention. All three eclipses, which the last one is coming on April 8th, are witnesses against America, accusing America. These are the signs of the times, y'all. Be blessed. And this is not to scare you, but to prepare you. Facts over feelings. Sorry, not sorry. Jesus said expose them. Be blessed.